All right, week 5 of NALCS. We're going to start things off real quick. Game 1, Counterlogic Gaming versus Team Liquid. CLG coming in at 3-5, and Liquid at a disappointing, I would say, 5-3 for a team that was built to win a championship. Let's get right into it. Carl, you want to take Team Liquid's draft?
Yeah, so Team Liquid, they took Impact, took Galio, then as the first pick. Then they took Varus and Camille as their second and third picks. I honestly think that they have great synergy built up in the first phase of their draft. They have the Galio and Camille synergy with their ults and great secondary engage or primary engage for Varus with Varus ult. And even for like just a pick, that's a great engage there.
And Doublelift has shown a lot of comfort on this Varus pick recently working with this team.
He has, and notably, Counterlogic Gaming did ban his Tristana, so that kind of put him on he is very comfortable on Varus, but Tristana is definitely his most comfortable meta champion right now. I think I honestly think that TL won this draft. They just have a lot of synergy, and it with their picks, and it's just a great team fighting comp.
Okay, and on CLG's side, they start off with banning the Azir away from Pobelter. Tier 1 good roaming mid in this roaming mid meta. They took the Ornn away from Impact, a safe top laner. Impact was coming off a rough week 4, so I think that this ban was pretty good, trying to put him in a tight spot. And of course, like you said, banning Doublelift's Tristana. They picked up Zoe for Huhi. They picked up Gnar for Darshan, one of his 2 Gnar games this weekend. And they picked up the Ezreal for Stixxay, a good safe ADC that Stixxay has shown a lot of comfort on. With the jungle pinch from Team Liquid banning out the Sejuani and the Skarner in the first round of picks, they sort of left this Zac pickup, which, I think is a pretty good, solid jungle pick to take. And they picked up the Braum for Biofrost, traditional Biofrost support. One other thing I wanted to touch on was the second phase ban of the Taric. The Taric, I could see working out pretty well with his AoE heals, building the Ardent Sensor, buffing the Camille and the Varus and the Jax for Smithy. Yeah,
definitely, for sure. I think one of Ole's best champions right now is probably that Taric. And with how good of a team fighting comp Team Liquid had built up in their first phase of the draft, banning that Taric was huge because, like, imagine you have Galio, Camille coming in, Taric's right there, and he ults, and you're not winning anything with that combo.
With the team fight comp that they've got, it would be rough. But still, Ole manages to get on a playmaker in the Alistar.
And that Alistar, like, just like the Varus, great for picks, and also great as secondary engage. Like, this is a bounce house,
right?
Like,
yeah,
they have the knockback from Camille, they have the knock up from Galio ult, they have Ole with the pulverize, and so, like, if Team Liquid plays their team fights properly, there's no way they should lose this game.
Right. So getting into the game, it was a pretty slow start, like a lot of these games are, just like farm until 20 and then just pop things open. However, TL was sort of building this lead as it was going, not dropping a single dragon to Counterlogic Gaming. And I believe by the end of the game, it was over a 10k gold lead. It was just slowly crept out of control of them. But you weren't necessarily happy with the way that Pobelter and Impact worked together with this comp, especially for how much, the Galio can roam.
Yeah, I heard Mark C talking about this on the cast, but the ult synergy between Camille and Galio is huge. Camille ults, Galio ults, and there's no way that Darshan or Reignover, whoever they're ulting at that time, can get out of it, right? Because that's
right.
The Hextech ultimatum. So I would have liked to see at level 6 the Galio roam up top, hit that ult, or Camille hit ult and then followed up by the Galio, but instead the first ult was not wasted, but was used on Smithy to get out from an invade, which like it's fine, but there was also some like synergy like wasn't working well there, because like after Galio ulted, like Smithy was leaving the fight and it was just not great. And like they didn't use that Galio and Camille ult synergy.
Aside from that one highlight in the bot lane diving Darshan.
But that was like
that was pretty dirty.
30 plus minutes into the game,
I mean,
and
it was
great.
Pretty much already crept out of point.
But Team Liquid already had like an 8-9k gold lead at that point, and so it didn't really matter. The Camille could have just like destroyed the inhibitor turret like without Galio being there, because Camille was so far ahead. So yeah, I had some problems with that, and I just think that CLG just got outclassed this game. They had I think they took Rift Herald and like a couple turrets, but that was it. Team Liquid had control of Dragon the whole time. They were up from the beginning, so
I think that one of my gripes with CLG right now, when we see this in the other game against 100 Thieves this weekend, where in that game there was just like so much roaming going on early. It was just like, all right, everybody's been roaming all game. Now what does everybody do? And I think that TL just outclassed CLG at that, which is interesting because that's what they've prided Huhi on being able to do with champs like the Aurelian Soul. It's Huhi's strength and it's where the meta is, but I just don't know what it is that's keeping CLG at this level. I mean, it worked out when they had Aframu.
I think that's what it is. They don't have Aframu. Aframu was like the main shot caller on that team, and losing him, and also like I don't think that Biofrost and Rainover have built up that synergy where they can make plays like that together. And yes, like he's supposed to be this great roaming mid laner, but you need your jungle and your support to set that up. You can't just roam willy-nilly and expect something to happen, right? You have to be smart about it. And so I think that's the problem with CLG right now, is they don't have synergy.
That being said, gotta rip on TL again for this, but it was just like this comp was so team fight oriented, but I just think that they didn't get lucky, but I think that they were playing against such a different comp that it allowed mistakes.
Yeah, and I think like Team Liquid they won this game because they were better, but they didn't necessarily play to the best of their ability, if that makes sense. They should have been able to finish this game a lot quicker than they did.
Absolutely.
Especially for how good their team has been, besides, last week with that 0-2. So, yeah, I mean, Team Liquid was the better team, and, they won for it. But going forward, if they, don't play to their win conditions, like, the Galio-Camille synergy, then I don't see them taking games off the top two teams being Cloud9 and Echo Fox. So
nice. Well, that's all I got.
Yeah.
Let's get into the rest of the week.